Hello, folks, and welcome to another We Are VR Variety Review. Sorry, folks, we've been absent from YouTube for a very long time. I think about a year, folks. Our last movie review on the channel was The Amazing Spider-Man last summer. And we have no excuses for why we've been absent. We've just been very lazy with the channel. But we are now finally back with movie review today of Man of Steel, my most anticipated film of the year.
Mine as well.
Yep. So we are both very looking forward to this, and we will just jump right into the review. Would you like to start off the review? Okay. Well, we saw Man of Steel on opening midnight, our first midnight premiere in IMAX 3D,
which is kind of sad, but
yep. But we got there at 11 o'clock, an hour before the showing, and it was already filling up. So we knew it was going to be packed. But the better, the more busy, the better, in my opinion. I love seeing films, especially like this one, with an audience. Love to see their reactions. But on to the film. Man of Steel was extremely good, action-packed throughout, just as good as I thought it would be, and even better than I thought it would be. Now, the main thing I wanted to see in this Superman film was action. And Zack Snyder, I loved his previous films, 300, Watchmen, and Sucker Punch. Many people disliked that. I thought it was good for what it was. Not too good of a story, but I thought the action was great in that. So the action did not disappoint whatsoever. The action is incredible in this film. There are no boring scenes in this film whatsoever, and I would just have to say the effects are some of the best, if not the best, I've ever seen in any film to date. The final battle, I won't spoil too much, but the final battle between Kal-El, Superman, and General Zod is fantastic. It's the best climactic battle I've ever seen in any superhero film and in any film to date.
Yes.
And the action is just mind-blowing. Some critics and audience regular viewers are saying the action is mind-numbing, it's too much, but I say that's complete bullshit, folks.
Yeah.
The more action, the better, in my opinion, and you can't get any more action in a film than this one. And okay, on to the acting.
Acting is great across the board.
Yep. The Henry Cavill.
Yep. I had a little skeptical about him coming off of The Cold Light of Day and Immortals.
Yep. He wasn't the
first two films of his.
Yep. He has the look for Superman, but I was worried he wasn't the best actor for Superman. But he definitely had the look. But I'd have to say he pulled off Superman very well. I thought he did a great job. To me, I liked. This is my favorite incarnation of Superman to date. I think he did better than Brendan Routh, and I just think he did better than Christopher Reeve as well. That's just my opinion, folks, and I think he just looks like Superman, and his acting was fine in this film. Nothing that stands out too much. Nothing that's gonna stand out and make him a acting legend. But I thought he did a very solid job in this. Your opinion on Henry Cavill?
I thought he was okay. I would have to give the edge to Brandon Routh a little. Just because, but this material didn't really allow him to act as much as I wanted him to, but it's just the first film in a planned trilogy, I suppose, starting out the DC Universe, but he definitely is the right choice for the role, and we'll see him grow into the character more as the film series continues, but definitely enjoyed him as Superman.
All right.
Now, the supporting cast.
Yep, on to
Lois, supporting cast,
Lois Lane, Amy Adams.
A bit skeptical about her as well.
Yep.
Lois Lane is not redheaded, so that was a big problem I had with it.
I wasn't too concerned
Still a big
about the
problem
hair
in the
color,
film.
folks.
Yeah, I know, but Amy Adams, she's in a lot of Oscar, coming off The Master.
And she was recently in The Fighter, which she did a very good performance in that.
She's never really done a huge blockbuster.
But
I would say
on her performance.
Actually, Night at the Museum, Battle of the Smithsonian, that was a big film of hers. But she, I would say better than Kate Bosworth. That's all I'll say about that.
I would say I like Lois. I liked Amy Adams in this role. Once again, she didn't stand out in this. It's not a legendary performance. But all I wanted from her was a solid performance. I wanted to get the taste of Kate Bosworth out of my mouth from the last Superman movie.
didn't fit the part in that.
But Amy Adams does
Yeah.
does a lot better job, in my opinion, than Kate Bosworth did. She fits the
Yeah.
role better, even though she is not brunette. That doesn't matter to me. And I thought she did a very solid job, and I look
Yes.
forward to seeing her
Now-
in the future Superman films.
Yes. Other supporting cast
Jor-El, Superman's father,
yeah,
biological father,
yes.
Russell Crowe.
played by Russell Crowe, one of my favorite actors of all time, and he was really the my favorite performance in this film. Given a generous amount of screen time, we won't spoil anything for you, but the beginning is fantastic
Yeah.
with him.
Yeah, the first 20 minutes are just
Then
fantastic.
he appears in a couple of other scenes throughout the movie, but yeah, he is just the piece that holds everything together in this film, and his performance is just great.
Yeah, my opinion on Jor-El, I like Russell Crowe a lot in this film.
Yeah.
I thought he does a great performance. Finally gave in the last Superman Returns film it was the same Marlon Brando,
Yes.
but I'm glad they changed the father and they actually showed him in person talking with Superman. Even though, well, sorry, won't spoil that. But I liked how he had a relationship with Superman in this one, and I thought he did a great job in this. Definitely a lot better than the previous Superman biological fathers. And on to Kevin Costner, his adopted father. I thought he was fantastic, even though him and Diane Lane do not have a ton of screen time in this, folks. Don't be expecting to see them on screen for
Yeah.
half an hour, an hour.
10
There,
minutes
I'd say they're
apiece.
10 minutes apiece, 20 at the
Yeah.
most. But Kevin Costner, for what he had in this film, mainly in the flashback scenes, I thought he was fantastic. All the lines he delivered were excellent, and I thought he just played Superman's adopted father in a great way. You could definitely tell he was just into the role, and he gave it everything he had, and I thought it was fantastic.
The problems I had with, I just didn't like Diane Lane, but I never really liked her as an actress anyway. But I don't think she was the right choice. Many other people could have filled the role, but as we said, she wasn't given a lot of screen time anyway. But the only problems I had with the acting are Diane Lane, and then I thought, well, actually, that's the only problem. Diane Lane, I think, was the only miscast role in this film. Everybody else,
Yeah.
as we said, Russell Crowe, Kevin Costner, Amy Adams,
Henry Cavill.
and then Michael Shannon as General
Oh
Zod.
yeah, so forgot about
He
him.
is
folks.
great. Big fan of Michael Shannon's.
Yeah, man.
Obviously, he's done many films, small films, big
And-
films. Finally coming up in popularity, but he was great as the villain.
Yeah, and
so-
many people are saying he's a one-note actor in this.
But
Just plays the angry villain, but I thought his performance was spectacular. I
Yeah.
didn't expect him to show different sides.
Yeah.
Whatever the fuck that means. He was great as General
yeah.
Zod, fantastic, and I
now.
definitely look forward to him being in future films.
So yeah, so all the acting is great. All the roles are filled great.
And we also forgot to mention Fora, General Zod's right-hand female. I don't know what her
don't
name
know the
is,
actress's name,
but I thought she did a great job
yeah.
as well. And Christopher,
Not sure how to pronounce
the guy
his
in
name.
the
Law
guy
and Order.
Yeah, the main guy in Law and Order,
Yep.
the Army General.
Yep.
Colonel or Army General, I'm not sure.
Yes.
He did a great job as well.
He was
had some
great.
great scenes.
Yep. Now,
But as we said, the cast is solid all around. But my personal favorite performance in this film is Superman Kal-El by Henry Cavill.
mine is Russell Crowe. Russell Crowe is back. Great.
But we can all agree that there is all solid performances all
Yeah,
across the board.
just a little complaint about Diane Lane, but I can get over that since she wasn't a pivotal. She played in a couple of very important scenes, but for the most part she was just kind of a side character, so I can get over that. Now we've covered the acting, we've covered the what
Action.
else? We've covered the action as you said.
I will just like to
Great
talk about
action.
the emotional feel of this film. Many
Yep.
critics and people are saying that this is not an emotional
Yep.
film. They were disappointed in the fact that this was a Superman film they've been waiting for the last 5+ years, and
Yep.
they said they really didn't feel emotional watching
But
it.
if you really
To me, though, I thought there were at least
Yeah.
2 to 3 great emotional scenes. We really felt the characters, how they felt, and I thought what everybody was saying, how it's emotionless. I think that's complete garbage. To me, it's
Well-
emotional. It's emotional, as I want a Superman film to be. I don't want to see
Yeah.
some dramatic
Yeah.
crap.
Now,
Yeah.
now, let's talk about a couple other problems with it. As I said,
Yes,
Diane Lane miscast, but also the Superman, Clark Kent, Lois Lane romance. Well, actually, we should just say, yep, that romance was kind of just felt
it was
rushed.
kind of forced at times.
Of course, you're gonna have that in any superhero film nowadays. You're gonna have the superhero get with the girl, but this kind of felt rushed. I mean, didn't need to see them kissing. A little bit of a spoiler there, but everybody knows they're gonna kiss in the film at one time or another. But
to me,
kind of felt actually a little awkward.
well, to me,
didn't really need that until the second film. I mean, come on, this is I don't want to see a love story right in the first film now, and now we're gonna carry this over to the second film. But I guess that's the only thing I really didn't like about it. Felt a bit rushed.
to me, the romance in the film, it did feel a bit forced, but I did not mind that. The other complaint I had about the film, a little minor complaint, and these are all minor complaints, folks.
Yeah, just minor complaints.
It's an outstanding film, no doubt about
that. Takes
that.
away really from the overall greatness.
I thought there could have when he first received the Superman suit in this film, his main look. I thought that could have been a bit slower. I thought it could have taken a bit more time, but that's just a minor complaint.
Yes.
We've already seen that in other Superman films, so they didn't want to waste time during that. And I thought the people are complaining about the flashback scenes being too choppy, out of order, out of chronological order. I thought that was a very neat way of doing the film. It reminded me of Batman Begins, how it showed him flashbacks as a teenager, as an adult. And I thought the flashbacks were great in Man of Steel. I thought they had great effect on the overall story of the film, and I thought they were just excellent.
Okay, yeah. So, couple minor problems, as we said. The romance felt a bit forced, and then the beginning was a bit choppy. You can tell it kind of went from scene to scene, like out of nowhere. Just was in a totally different,
I didn't mind that, folks.
Totally different location. Then 1 second later, we were somewhere else totally. So kind of little choppy. Those were two minor complaints about the film.
Let me mention.
But as I said, when he was a kid, flashback scenes were great. Kevin Costner played the father role great. But those were the two minor complaints, and other than that, I say it's a great summer movie. My favorite of the summer.
Yeah, let me just talk about the score really quick. I thought
great score.
They got rid of the famous Superman score.
But it was time to get something new going.
Yeah, I thought it was. I liked how Zack Snyder didn't follow the old Superman score, and I thought this new score was very good. I thought it was great. The score does well in all the scenes, and the ending, we won't spoil the ending for you at all, but the ending is just near perfection. It is great. Sets up the sequel in an excellent way, and I thought it ended the movie greatly. No better ending, in my opinion, to this film that you could have done. And when the credits roll on, you really, to me, after the credits rolled on, I just was sitting in the theater thinking back the movie is just great.
You have to really take a couple of minutes.
Yeah, and take in all the action that you just seen.
Definitely, we're gonna see it again. So
we're seeing it a second time in a week or so.
Yeah, maybe
less.
Twice in theaters. I would recommend.
And I would highly recommend this movie in IMAX, IMAX 3D.
IMAX 3D was
or just IMAX, but definitely see it in IMAX if you can.
Yes.
That just enhances the overall experience of the film.
So yeah, overall, Man of Steel is a couple complaints as we mentioned, but that does really nothing.
Yeah, and on Rotten Tomatoes, it currently has a 56. I do not think that at all.
At least 75, certified fresh.
80 for me, folks. At least 80.
But as we said, a couple complaints, but that does nothing to
the overall film.
The overall feel of the movie and just the overall film experience.
And I have to applaud Zack Snyder for this. I think this is his best film to date, folks.
Yeah, this is just one of the best experiences you'll have at a movie theater.
And I can't wait to see Zack Snyder, direct the sequel.
This is on the level of the Avengers, of the amount of fun you'll have watching it. So I would put it up there with the Avengers.
Yeah, me too, folks.
My opinion, it's up there with the Avengers in comic book movies, and this is just a great movie in general. So a couple complaints, but overall, it is a great summer movie. Everything you want. This is the Superman film we've been waiting for. Ton of action, Superman is back, and this will start the DC universe finally on the right foot. We'll see what they do with Green Lantern, if they continue that, if they keep Ryan Reynolds, but I think he was casted perfectly in that. But Henry Cavill is great as Superman, great supporting cast, but this just is very exciting to see what they'll finally do with the DC universe. Let's get this started. Let's get a Justice League movie going.
Yes, and our final thoughts out of 10. You would give it?
I would have to give this movie close to perfection. Not a 10. I'll give it a 9 out of 10. Just enjoyed it.
I'm giving this film easily a 10 out of 10 just because how much I enjoyed the film.
Yeah, a couple complaints, but
as my brother said, this is on the enjoyment level of the Avengers, and I think it's easily in the top 5 best comic book movies of all time.
And let me just say, this is my favorite film of the year so far. It beat
mine as well.
Beat Iron Man 3 easily. This is the film you have to see.
Yep, and
this is it.
It is doing great at the box office.
Yep.
It deserves to be doing this well. Already up to 140 in 4 days, folks. So hopefully it continues to do well at the box office. Hopefully people keep seeing it. Hopefully people keep seeing it and seeing it, and hopefully DC can get on the right track. And get their DC cinematic universe started. Can't wait to see
Man of Steel. Go see it.
And can't wait to see a Justice League in the future. Yep. Okay, and that is all we have for you today on We Are VR Variety Review.
We'll see you folks next time with more reviews, more updates. See you folks next time.